EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Now here comes the Los Angeles offense, and the man in charge of it in his second season with the team, 14th overall, and what's been an impressive career, Matthew Stafford.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Now Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice shot. Toes inbounds. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Back to throw, Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henderson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Touchdown, LA! Darrell Henderson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's It's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all polished off by Darrell Henderson's touchdown run. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Aaron Donald racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it. Walker hitting the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back to Walker on 1st down. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call it productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Kenneth Walker. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Week 13 here in the NFL. First weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now. And we got a couple of good ones in primetime tonight. National audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucs from Tampa. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow. Milk was 5 steps. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. Going right back to Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The Seahawks at 8-3 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. It's Smith. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Again, it's Walker. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 70 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Here's Walker. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams going to take over late in this 1st half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Stafford on 1st down. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Stafford on third down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lob one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down.
And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive. Offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Stafford. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. So we have come to halftime, and what's all?
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Holding offense.
So they were... holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on second and long. Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Whatever the discussions were at halftime and trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
To the 36-yard line, stop there. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. And Walker once more. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. And we are ready to rock. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a throw to the end end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Stafford. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
With this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. A shotgun snap for Smith. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Smith. And that's going to be caught, Dwayne Eskridge. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field.
And he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, Do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pete Carroll throwing down near the goal line and it not turning out well. I think we've seen that before.
Feels like a flashback, doesn't it? You go back to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and everybody expected him to run the ball.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Rams going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the end zone, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
He'll find Eskridge here complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Throwing now, Smith.
And once again, it's Eskridge.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is You stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an